Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Kim Cayce on the line, and she's CEO over at the Cayce agency. Kim, welcome to the show.
Hi, Adam. Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm excited to get into today's topic. So growing your business in uncertain times. Obviously, we are in those times right now, and I'm excited to hear your input on what business owners and entrepreneurs should be thinking about. But before we do that, let's get a little bit further into what you're doing over at the Cayce agency. First, tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Sure thing. I'd love to. Cayce is a full-service marketing and communications firm. We help startups and small businesses get a handle on their marketing and their marketing strategy. It seems like everyone today is a marketing expert, but when you're running a small company and have limited access to funds and people, it's really hard to do everything at once. And Cayce was created I was an entrepreneur myself my whole life and have started and sold a couple companies along the way. And I saw a real need in the market for high quality outsourced marketing services for startups and small businesses. And that's really how Cayce was born. So we try to help these companies and founders that don't have a full marketing team create a growth strategy and then serve as their outsourced marketing department to help them implement and execute that strategy. And we do that through a unique combination of content marketing, social media management, and public relations in order to help these startups increase their brand awareness, visibility, and to fast track their lead generation.
That's awesome. And one of the reasons I was excited to have you on the show today was because you're the one I want to talk to during this. So growing your business in uncertain times, what should these business owners be thinking about right now?
Oh, man. Well, first, I just want to say that the past few weeks have been brutal for so many people I know. Mm-hmm. So the world feels really out of control right now with this coronavirus crisis, and a lot of people are scared and suffering. So at first, I just want to take a minute to, acknowledge what's going on and really to say if you're feeling uncertain right now, you're not alone. I've been an entrepreneur for about 20 years, and I've weathered quite a few crises and economic storms from 9/11 to the Great Recession in 2009. So this crisis has some of the hallmarks, unexpected rapid change. The world has changed overnight. And for a lot of young founders or small business owners that haven't been in business for a long time, it's the first time they've had to deal with a crisis like that. And it can be very scary and overwhelming. So I think the first thing is really just to know you're not alone. In the middle of all this, it can feel frightening and lonely, and you're not alone. Everyone's going through it at the same time. And some of the steps people take right now as business owners or marketers or entrepreneurs is really going to determine the success or failure of their businesses for the long term.
What have been and I love the point that you bring that up in terms of difference in experience. So meaning I've been through 2008 and 2002. So I remember those pretty quickly, and obviously 9/11. And I remember those in the markets, what they did as business owners. But I was an entrepreneur back then. So this is the first time that I was completely on my own as an entrepreneur going through one of these. So it's different. And I know for some of the other people who are in that situation, it is different. What are some of the things that helped you in the past kind of stay focused and keep your eye on the prize, so to speak, of moving business forward?
Yeah, so I think maybe I'll try and just keep it to three good tips for your audience today. I think the first thing is that it's a really good time to kind of revisit your business goals and plan. It's the whole world almost had hit the pause button all at the same time. So a lot of businesses have had to slow down or shut down or just shutter their doors, temporarily. Hopefully we'll all get back to normal as soon as possible. But it's a good time as we're all staying at home and practicing social distancing to check in with your business plan and your goals, and start by looking maybe at where your business is right now, and think a little bit over the next few days and weeks about where you want to go in the future, and start to create a plan to get you there. I always think, you need to know where you're starting from anytime you start a journey, and growing your business, even in uncertain times, you need to have a roadmap to do that. So that business plan really serves as a roadmap to help you get to where you want to go in the future, when we all come through the other side of this current crisis. I think
That's awesome.
also, yeah, thanks. Sorry. I think it's also a really important time for business owners to take a look at their financials. You got to know your numbers right now, and at this time, you have to really kind of focus on things that you can control, and you got to have that baseline of numbers and metrics so that you can measure your growth and success going forward. Really looking at kind of the number of leads your company is getting on a monthly, weekly, or even daily basis, whether it's through calls or sales meetings or your website, just knowing how many leads you have and what your conversion rate is. Knowing some of the basics about how your business operates, like your average transaction size or the number of transactions you have over a given period, and even some of the more advanced numbers like what your margins, your profit margins, your gross margins might be. It's a good time to kind of check in and really understand these KPIs that help drive your business so that you can track performance and growth in the future.
No, I love it. I mean, it's. I think that's definitely something that everybody, as we're self-quarantined and doing these other things, it's like some people don't, different types of founders. Some founders hesitate and don't like the numbers as much. Now's your time, right? There's nothing else to do.
Totally. And, if you're like me, I've spent a little bit of this kind of social distancing time at home making quarantine snacks and watching too much news. But once you've eaten all your quarantine snacks, or at least the good ones, I know no one really gets excited about sitting down and analyzing their business plan or their numbers on a normal day. But now that you've got a little extra time on your hands, I think it's a good time to start to look at those things. And really, I think my third tip, for kind of entrepreneurs right now is more along the lines of not enjoying those quarantine snacks too much, but really taking good care of yourself and using this time as a way to take back control of your time and to start managing your time as a business owner or a marketing manager better, and figuring out where you're spending your time on a day-to-day basis, so that when things do get back to normal, you can make your business more lean, more efficient, and more profitable by using your time where you're getting the best bang for your buck, or the biggest ROI on your investment of time. And so not just managing your time, but also, taking time for yourself right now to practice good self-care, and reaching out, listening to a podcast like we're doing today, creating this great content, but just really taking time to take care of your mental health as a business owner is so important.
Oh, I love it. All great tips today, Kim. And I got to ask you, I know I said I don't ask any personal pointed questions, but I do have to ask, what's your favorite quarantine snack? I just have to, because you brought up snacks twice, and I'm like, I feel like you're a better snacker than me. What's your favorite quarantine snack? I'm sorry, I had to.
I have two favorite quarantine snacks. Brownies. I've been making brownies. A brownie batter, I think, can solve almost all of the world's problems.
Which is the title of this episode. Thank you for writing that.
And chocolate. I mean, I just plain and good old-fashioned dark chocolate is, to me, the greatest snack in the world. So. Oh,
I'm so basic. I just eat Pringles, and I ran out of Pringles like day 3 of quarantine, so I eat this stuff. I'm so basic. I like yours better.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to ration my chocolate. I was so focused on getting chocolate, I didn't really pay careful attention to the toilet paper crisis. So I got
more car full of chocolate. I love it. Who's hoarding brownie batter? What's going on here? Brownie mix. Why is all the brownie mix gone? Kim was here. That's so good. Oh, yeah. Kim. So it's been great having you on the show. That being said, if somebody's listening and they want more information on the ASSI agency or to connect with you, I mean, what's the best way for them to do that?
Really, just the best way to get me and the fastest way to get me is to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm Kim Cayce, Cayce on LinkedIn, and just add me as your contact there, and we can chat, and I'm happy to help any way that I can.
Fantastic. Well, hey, Kim, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you for all those tips you shared, not only with the audience, but with me. I mean, all great, helpful things to do. I'm going to have to revisit those numbers, so great stuff there. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you had fun listening because we had fun making this for you. If you did, don't forget, subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to hear what kind of things you're working on. And Kim, thanks again for coming on the show.